Hello. Welcome to the Nerdy Folks Podcast, a conversation about the nerdy things we love and the things that matter most. My name is Matthew Seipel Anderson.
And I am Katie Seipel Anderson.
We are the hosts of the Nerdy Folks Podcast. We love this community, and we're glad you are with us today. On the podcast today, we're going to be playing a game called Hero or Not. We're also going to be discussing the Marvels in some more detail. We're going to be talking about villains, why we love them, why we hate them, etc., and we'll be hearing from you. Many of you shared your thoughts in our Facebook group on this topic, and so we're excited to check out those comments. It's going to be a fun show. So, Katie, what have you got for me?
All right, I chose a page from the DC Comics Encyclopedia, the definitive guide to the characters of the DC universe. And I randomly opened this up, and I'm choosing someone from the pages.
It's quite a large
and 127
encyclopedia, I must say.
Yes. So
it's a tome.
This super is called Glorious Godfrey. And this person is 5'11", weighs 195 pounds. Eyes are blue and hair is red. Superpowers is powers of persuasion. And handsome looks.
Ooh, all right. I'm going to say gotta be a villain.
It's a villain.
Yeah.
I thought maybe the glorious part of it would trick you. Actually, the actual special powers and abilities says, silver-tongued powers of persuasion. Handsome looks conceal a heart of pure poison. And the picture is pretty glorious, too, actually.
Wow, that was poetic.
Yeah, right? Its first appearance is in the Forever People #3, July 1971. He has no real name. He is a villain. It says real name none. So his real name is Glorious Godfrey.
That's how you know you're a narcissist, when you get your name legally changed to Glorious Godfrey. Do you want to do another one for me? Then I'll give a couple to you.
Yes. So how about this? Nort. Nort?
Nort?
Do you know anything about Nort?
No.
Okay. Let's see. 5 feet 10 inches, 195 pounds. Eyes are black. Hair is reddish brown. For special powers, wears the master-powered suit of a Dark Star.
All right, for this one, even though he has black eyes and he wears a creepy-sounding suit, I'm going to say hero, because he sounds like he could be like a sidekick to a better hero.
Man, you're actually quite good at this. I thought this was another one, because I thought the name kind of sounded a little evil. But he is a hero. Actually, the actual special power says, well-meaning but inept.
So he's
wears the master-powered suit of a Dark Star, but whether the suit is operational is questionable.
Very nice. So he's sort of a comic relief sidekick.
It sounds like that.
Yeah.
I hope at one point he rescues someone, though, because you might as well if you're a superhero.
All right, for you, I am going to go to the last page. Hold on a second. We've got some weird extra stuff.
I have to close my eyes because I can actually see it, and I keep on wanting to look towards that. I'm going to turn my head the other way.
Okay, here we go. This character's name is Zatanna. Based in San Francisco, 5'7", 137 pounds, female, wearing star earrings. Genetically imbued with the ability to manipulate magic.
Ooh. That's all you got for me? Does she have a real name?
I think that is her name.
Okay, I'm just going to guess. I feel very bad at this already.
She maybe faked her own death at one point?
I mean, all of this could go either way. I'm just going to say a superhero.
Correct.
Hey, she was a hero?
Yeah, she's a hero.
I mean, I totally knew it. Obviously.
Ooh, we've got another magical character here named Abracadabra. Another very creative one. This character came from first appeared in The Flash, so it's a Flash character. Occupation, techno sorcerer.
Sounds a little villainous.
I mean, I was looking through the manual of the trade school that I was going to, and techno sorcerer just jumped off the page.
I'm gonna go with villain. Your voice tells me I'm probably wrong. Whoa, it looks
You
very.
are correct.
That looks very villainous.
Yeah, apparently you were good at this as well. So there you go, folks. Check out the DC Comics Encyclopedia, the definitive guide to the characters of the DC Universe.
So we promised to have more thoughts on the Marvels, and here we go. We have more thoughts on the Marvels. Matt, what are your thoughts on the Marvels?
I really like what they did with the relationship between the three leads with Maria Rambeau, Carol Danvers, and Kamala Khan. I thought those three made a great team, but had really interesting dynamics.
Yeah, I like that they actually went more of a team route, especially since Captain Marvel was kind of known as doing her own thing off, trying to save the galaxies herself. And she even, that backfired on her in this one because she tried to help and it ended up causing issues and she just felt like she had to fix it because she felt like she broke it. It ended up taking that team effort in order to fix or help at least.
And it was really fun to watch the team get over their own inner turmoil. Kamala Khan basically idolizing Carol Danvers and Maria Rambeau basically hating Carol Danvers, or at least not, maybe hating is too strong of a word.
There's a lot of disappointment there for good reason.
Yeah, some hurt.
Hurt and disappointment. So there's extra things in this relationship. There's been teamwork between superheroes and many other movies too. And there's personalities and issues that come up clearly, but this one had a little deeper seated history with it. Mm-hmm. And it was a forced teamwork. It was like they couldn't not work as a team. They had to. So it was kind of a funny way of forcing teamwork, but ended up being really good and causing some healing for probably all of them in some capacity. And it took that team to be able to conquer the villain.
I do have to say something, though, that I was disappointed in. I was disappointed that they just killed the Kree supercomputer just kind of offhandedly. She just flew in and blew it up, and that was that. And then, caused all these different problems, obviously, which they worked out through the movie. But I thought it would be interesting to explore the Kree Supreme Intelligent Computer a little bit more, especially because we have AI in the headlines so much.
But maybe they didn't want to. Maybe they just wanted to be here it is. We want you to like the movie and not complicate it further.
Yeah, I think Marvel is trying to work towards their next big, huge Avengers type event. And it almost felt like this movie was just putting a button on the whole Kree Skrull thing. The Skrulls are scattered around the galaxy and they're sort of regrouping. The Kree have imploded because they had a big civil war. Now Marvel doesn't have to worry about them. They can just focus on their next big bad and just kind of on-ramping toward that.
There's also just the reality that there's a lot.
Yeah.
This has been going on for over a decade. There's just a lot there.
Things I've been reading online are that even though the Marvels didn't do super great in theaters, that people are actually enjoying it on streaming. I'll be curious to see what the lasting legacy is and how much they use these characters in the future. It was pretty cool to get a female villain in this one.
This villain in the Marvels really rose to power because of the issues caused by Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
she may not have been a villain otherwise. It was
she's the classic example of villain who sees him or herself as a hero in their own world.
And it's a little hard because she really could have probably tried to work collaboratively with some of these other people, but you can definitely understand why she'd want to just figure it out on her own.
Here's a question. Why do we like villains so much? Aren't villains kind of intriguing?
People seem to be intrigued by villainous acts and villains. We all like that hero story, but you don't have a good hero story unless there's kind of a true villain. Mm-hmm. Maybe the villain could be some natural disaster too, but it seems like the most widely popular storylines have a real villain.
Well, I asked this question to many of you out there online, and I want to share some of your thoughts. If you made this comment and you're listening, you know who you are. One person said, Loki. No explanation needed. He's Loki. LOL.
Loki is a good villain. He's like literally a good villain. 'Cause he's a villain and then he like turns good and ends up saving everyone. So
Loki's like the lovable scoundrel, kind of like a Han Solo character, but he was definitely more on the scoundrel end, like you said. But yeah, great redemption arc. And great hair. I have major hair envy. So we had a whole family respond. One of the kids said Joker because he's funny. The dad said Darth Vader because in the end he sees the light. One of the other kids says, I like any villain that gets defeated. That's kind of a funny. And then Thanos was another one that got mentioned.
And there's another one, Moriarty. I guess not like from the superhero universe at all or from this, but Sherlock Holmes is pretty classic.
Oh, yeah. I think the closest thing to Moriarty in the nerd universe is probably the character Thrawn from Star Wars, who's going to become featured more heavily in future things. They've already been bringing him in. The last few episodes of the Ahsoka series featured Thrawn. You actually got to see him in live action, so that was very fun.
And so much more.
So thanks so much for commenting. If you're out there and you want to join these conversations, head over to Facebook and join the Nerdy Folks group. We have a
We'd
group.
love to hear from you.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, here's an interesting thought. You know how you could be a hero to one?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you could probably be a villain to one, too.
Absolutely.
So that kind of goes both ways.
It's all up to you.
It's all up to you. No
Hero
pressure.
or
no pressure,
villain.
Though. I think that's why we all need grace in our life and we need God's help, because we want to be that hero to people, and sometimes our life choices mean that we've disappointed people.
Yeah. But it's always a new day, and it's always a new day to decide to be a hero, whether it's to many or to one, and there's always redemption possible.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on heroes and villains, and maybe a dynamic between the two of them. What's one of your favorite dynamics between heroes and villains?
Absolutely. And if you haven't liked or subscribed to the show, don't forget to do that. Contact us through our website, nerdyfolks.com. That's probably the best way to get a hold of us if you want to throw a comment. Otherwise, you can comment wherever you happen to be listening to this, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook,
or one of the many podcast apps. We'd love to hear from you.
So don't forget to like, subscribe, share the show with a friend. Come join our Facebook group. Until next time, love you. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.